Hey, I'm just out on a run and I thought I'd jump on here quickly with a few thoughts while it's all fresh in my mind because, I've just been chatting with people over the last week about what they're doing in their business and particularly around growth because I've had applications open for the Momentum Club and they closed on the weekend. But I've been chatting to some people who've been interested in talking to them, about, what they're up to and why they aren't interested or why they haven't applied. And so many women, and this is a really common thread. It's not so much about the time or about their vision or goals, but it's just a real fear of them not actually being successful. Like, what if this isn't the thing that's going to work out for me? What if they weren't even applying because they thought, what if I don't get accepted and then I've failed on even just applying for this program? And this, real lack of, this fear that comes from within, where we've got to be so perfect and everything that we do. We as women tend to overthink almost everything. We analyze it from every angle, like what's the real risk here? Am I going to come out with egg on my face or am I going to be a success? And we will, at any kind of hint that we might not make it or that something might, get in the way, then we really pull back from it. And it's so different to what I see guys doing out there in the space. And, certainly some women can take action. And I think it's when they've just decided, hey, I don't really care what happens. I don't care what other people think. I know that if I don't achieve what I thought I would this time, then it means that I've still got something I need to learn. Like, I'm not quite ready for that yet, that I needed to find out something deeper. I need to work a little bit harder on myself. When I say work hard, I'm not meaning work hard in your business and be up all hours. It just might mean that there's something there that you haven't uncovered yet that's been stopping you. And so, doing a little bit more searching on, why am I doing that, or why am I acting in this way? Why am I not doing the stuff that I know would help me? Can sometimes be hard to find the answer. I know when I ask those questions, it can, they don't always appear straight away. But when they do, and you realize, wow, that is it. I've really been holding back, or I've been playing small. You can kind of look back and see it. That has been happening for quite a while without you even realizing. This is, I think, one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people do struggle to take big action, because there is just that fear coming back. And when we, looking at something like the Momentum Club program, so it's a 12-month program. So when you're coming into it, doing something for 12 months, that sounds like a really long time, which, when you have been in business for even a short amount of time, when you've been in business for 5 years, you're going to be like, wow, 1 year goes by so quickly. I definitely need to be thinking much longer term than a year. A year is actually a really short amount of time. But the kind of results that people are getting, so let's talk about that for a minute, because the reason why I build my programs, and particularly the Momentum Club, because it's a year, we've got 4 distinct quarters in that year. So every quarter has a 90-day goal, and we have an action plan of how we're going to achieve what we need to achieve for the 90-day goal. And I find when I do this with my clients, my one-to-one clients, and my Momentum Club clients, they hit those goals, that 90-day goal, a lot more often than when there is no immediate goal for them to be working towards. And what that means is that they're seeing these big jumps in their business, in every 90 days. So in a year, there can be potentially 4 jumps if they don't start to go back and develop a totally new part of the business, which can happen at times, but then that becomes that goal for that quarter. So you're seeing a lot of progress and faster progress because of the structure and the way that we do things. And what I've also seen is that when we're looking to grow our business, it's not just one thing that helps you to grow. It's not one strategy. There's 4 strategic areas, and within each one of them, there's quite a lot of scope and ways that you can grow that are different, applied differently to each business. So that's what I teach in the Momentum Club, are these 4 strategic areas and how to dig deep into those to apply it to your own business, so that you can actually look at growth in 4 different ways. So there's 4 kind of separate ways in your business that you can actually enable more profit growth in less time. So it's not just one thing that you're going to be applying over the whole year. There's 4 different areas. You may get through them all. You may only work on 2 or 3, and maybe even in a couple of phases. So for example, I had a client who started working with me, and we really looked at 2 of them. So we looked at how she was structuring her services as a business overall. So what she's putting out to the market, and how she's bringing people in. What was that customer journey like, so that we could maximize her client acquisition and make sure she's generating the most amount of revenue. And the other one was the actual services themselves, the packaging, the pricing, what was going into them, what was she actually selling. So by just looking at those 2 things, there were 2 big leaps that happened in her business. And that was just 2 of the 4. So she can go on now to look at the other 2 areas in her business and gain even more scale, more profit, and reduce her working time. And when you saw the amount of growth that she had, plus she was able to quit her job, work in the business, solely focus on the business, it's just been absolutely life-changing for her to go through that. And that happened in the space of 6 months. That was all that change. So a huge amount of change. And it's just so inspiring when you see this happen. And this is a business that's been around for 10 years. So there's been certainly a lot of time that's been spent, lots of experience there. The business was successful working with clients, but there was still so much room for growth that was sitting right there, and was actually quite easy to unlock once we had the tools and the perspectives, and definitely the motivation to make it happen. So I have decided, since talking to people who are too, I think my battery's about to die. People were too scared to even apply for a 12-month program because they just didn't know what it was all going to be about. And so I've decided to extend applications for just another couple of days, because the doors actually close on Momentum Club this week. But I'm going to extend applications, and if you're kind of thinking, I don't know if I should put one in or not, then that's definitely the kind of thing. Jump on the DM with me and let's have a quick chat. You don't have to go through the process of the application form just to find out, but jump on and say, hey, I've been thinking about it, would it be right for me? And we can have a quick chat, and I can help you bypass the application form. We don't have to do that. It was just an easy way to have something out there so that people had something to do once they had a look at the program page. So that's it. I think my phone is literally about to cut out and die. I hope you've been enjoying the lovely beach view behind me. But please drop into my DMs and give me a shout out, say good day, ask any questions that you might want to ask. And thank you very much for catching the replay or for catching me live, for being here live. See you guys. Bye.